I actually had one of my first things I wrote was, "Where in the hell is composition?" So I want to tell you a little bit about Jerice. I've worked in automotive, I've worked in federal government, human capital, finance, and design. I'm also an entrepreneur where I started a business actually consulting and educating through user experience, regulatory compliance, things that have to deal with processing, system analyst, really trying to understand the person or the personhood behind the experiences. So because of that background, and I'm a returning college student, coming into this space to become a certified teacher, I was going in to be a secondary English teacher. So I just so happened to fall upon these dual enrollment students because I was working as a tutor through the Student Success Center. And the director was like, "Here, let me give you these 25 students, and I want you to just teach them grammar." So I'm, marching my little self with my little maize and blue on, and went on down to the classroom and sat there and stood there and looked and saw 25 high school kids from ages 14 to 16 that were all in different courses, that were in completely different disciplines, that came from the same school district but not the same school. We're talking about high school kids, y'all. We're talking about 14-year-olds, 15, 16-year-olds that were like, "I don't even know why I'm here." So as I was learning what in fact was dual enrollment, I was concerned. So as I moved through and started to learn more about the program, how the program began, specifically to this campus, the next question was, does composition know that these kids are here? Like, do they know that there are kids, high school kids, that are not in composition? I actually had one of my first things I wrote was, "Where in the hell is composition?" So as I moved to, eventually I became the master teacher for the dual enrollment students, I had to come up with ad hoc ways to try to service these students, because I then learned about the different tug and pulls between the departments and why these students aren't, able to come into the writing center, and why aren't these students being able to get the type of support and infrastructure.